Good morning. Welcome back to OC Outdoorsman. I'm here at Santa Ana River Lakes and check it out.
It's like running through an open door. It's like finding what you're looking for. We've been waiting, we won't wait no more. Every season, every memory made, all the dreaming led us here today. Can you see it? We got a beautiful story.
Sun's just coming up, and I just cast out 2 lines. Testing the waters with 2 types of baits. One is a mice tail. I'm just letting it dead stick there, and the other is power bait. So those 2 typically work really well on this lake. But I'll mix things up later, maybe throw out some lures if this doesn't pan out in the next 30 minutes or so. I'm seeing some activity on the surface. It looks like they may be feeding on insects, so just in case I brought my fly gear, I may give that a go. So we shall see. For those of you that have never been to Santa Ana River Lakes, here's a pretty good shot of the lake and its surroundings.
It's like running through an open door. It's like finding what you're looking for. We got a beautiful story. Every moment on and on. We got a beautiful story. And we've only just begun. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to, the best is yet to come.
This is no good. Look at that flock of pelicans heading our way here. We're gonna scare away all the fish. That's my bobber right there, and my other line's off to the left, and these pelicans are headed straight towards me. Looks like it's gonna be a slow day of fishing. There are 3 segments to Santa Ana River Lakes. The first was the Big Lake, which you saw earlier, but what you're looking at here is Catfish Lake. Anything that you catch from this body of water must be released. So they do have some sizable catfish in this part of the lake, but you'll have to release anything that you catch there. And then the third part is Chris's Pond, which you're going to see in a little bit. By the way, this stretch of pavement separating the 2 lakes is known as Toad Road. And if you follow it straight up, it'll lead you around the corner towards Chris's Pond. But there's a part of the Big Lake called the Bubble Hole that tends to be really productive after a stop. Now take a look at the foreground. What looks like a dock is actually a chute where the trout are stocked. You can see that long corrugated black pipe that leads into the chute. Well, that's hooked up to the truck that stocks the trout. It feeds right into the pipe and into this chute, which goes directly into the lake. Now, right after stocking, which is on the Thursday of each week, this is an area you want to fish. This is where they will tend to congregate. So if you ever get to fish here on a Friday morning, this is the spot you want to target. Alright, I'm switching things up. This is a slip bobber rig. So this is one of the more popular rigs they use up in Big Bear. You can see that there is going to be a knot here. I'm going to take this off. Tie a knot at the very tip here. And between this knot, there's this little bead. And then right below the bead is a slip bobber. Beneath the slip bobber is a sliding egg sinker, and below that it's a barrel swivel. So that's where the monofilament is tied, at the top of this barrel swivel. Beneath it is 4-pound fluorocarbon, which is then attached to my hook. So the way this works is you can adjust the depth by moving this knot up and down the line. So if I move it up 2 or 3 feet, when I cast the line, it stops right at the bead where the bead hits the knot, and your line will drop. This is about 1.5 feet, a total of 4.5 feet, and then you could adjust it. You could adjust it to go shallower or deeper. So for now, I'm going to start with about 4 foot, cast it out and see. I'm just going to attach a worm to the very end of this because nothing else seems to be working. So I'm going to go with the slip bobber. So here's the third segment of Santa Ana River Lakes. This is Chris's Pond. So now I'm drop shotting, and I tried just about everything today, from night crawlers to mice tails to mini jigs and lures. Nothing seemed to work. I've never had luck shore fishing from this lake. I miss the good old days when I was able to take my kayak out on the water and sight fish for tilapia. I'd catch some really nice, decent sized tilapia just looking for schools and then catching my limit. But those days are gone. Now you're limited to either shore fishing or float tubes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this brief tour of Santa Ana River Lakes. Thank you for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up.